Hey guys, Rob Dayton, Priority Living. Just on a little walk, thinking about my dad. He passed away 20 years ago and I really miss him. 20 years of not hearing what he would say. So much has changed since his passing. My life at the time wasn't really much to look at. He was a kingdom entrepreneur all the way. Gave so much for Jesus. So productive in the kingdom, and my life wasn't even looking like it was going to go that way. I wish so much I could share with him everything that's happened. I know he would be proud. One time I was asking Suri to dial a number, and Suri responded, calling Ed Dayton, my dad. You know, I hung up, obviously. It had been years and years and years since he had passed away. But I started talking to him. I started telling him, Dad, you'd be so proud of me. You're so proud of what I've become. I have a letter from him when I was 18. The letter's precious to me. I read it all the time, searching for those words. We all want to hear those words from our dad. Well done. You're good. You have what it takes. You're going to do great. We all want to hear those words. But so many of us don't speak them. My dad was a silent type. He wasn't taught how to love. His dad, we know about him because I have a story called The Ghost of My Father. My dad wrote the story that talks about him. And he talks about receiving a letter from him on his 18th birthday. And how important that letter was to him. Hearing about his dad's affirmation. And my dad did what his dad did and wrote me a letter on my 18th birthday. In the master's program, we talk about investing in our kids in powerful ways to make sure that they hear about our love for them. As Bob Shank taught us, if we do it right, if we play it right, our kids will never have to go through the master's program because they hear all the things that we have to say about them, for the kingdom, how to navigate the kingdom, how to follow Jesus, what to do when the circumstances are incredibly intolerable. They have to hear all these things from us. Have you written a letter to your son or daughter lately? Maybe you have. I would encourage you to do it again. Jedediah has received a letter on his 18th birthday, of course, in Dayton tradition. But he's received many, many letters over the years, many, and they're all on file. At some point, I'm just going to give them all back to him in the form of a book. Words from his dad. Words of empowerment. Words that will propel him when he needs it most. And I want to encourage you to do the same. I'm writing a letter. Actually, I wrote a letter today, because he went through some really challenging things this week. You need to hear from his dad about how to handle them, how to consider it pure joy whenever he faces trials of many kind. Our kids need to hear from us. And while my dad might be gone, I still have a letter from him that I could turn to. Of course, we could turn to our Heavenly Father, and of course I do. But how cool is it if your kids have letters from you repeatedly, yearly, affirmation after affirmation, telling them they have what it takes, reminding them of the things that you also went through, encouraging them to follow Jesus and the trials that you had to endure. I encourage you to do that today. Take the time, invest in your kids. We're in your corner.